Good morning, Tony Datino. Yes, my name, Tony Datino, doing my Live with Tony, continuing the series that comes from the Emotional Wellness Checklist put out by the National Institutes of Health. And today I'm going to talk about something in their checklist. This is their checklist booklet that I've talked about so many times, and see if we can give you some new ideas on this. And this is the importance of social connections. Social connections do help protect your health and lengthen your life expectancy, as study after study continues to show. They're finding the links that have powerful impacts on our emotions and our physicality as well. It's romantic partners, family, friends, neighbors, all influence our biology and well-being, which is just groundbreaking research that's being done that just continues to reflect on the importance of your social connections. So here's a couple of the tips that they reference here in a toolkit. Let's build strong relationships with kids. And by goodness, what the challenges are for kids today in raising children just grows and grows, especially with inflation and cost. The kids want, the kids need. So I've always said, parents separate the kids' wants from the kids' needs. And the parents feel that they've got to work to provide the kids whatever it is the kids want or need. And therefore, they may have 2 jobs. Some parents have 3 jobs, and that's less time for the kids. And a lot of times I talk to parents and I say, what more do they want from me? I'm giving them the things they want. And what I learned with my own kids is they wanted my time more than anything. So how do you bring the tangible things to their life and give them your time if you're working 2 or 3 jobs, or you're working 10 or 12 hours a day and you're exhausted and you want to have your own relaxation time so you have your own resilience that you build up. And so how do you build these relationships with your kids? And I have found helping kids sometimes with their schoolwork, or just even taking an interest in their schoolwork, taking an interest in who their friends are and learning a little bit more about their hobbies, or being a part of something they want to do, or sometimes just going to a park with the kids, or just doing something that they enjoy and being a part of it is something that's really helps build a relationship. And the thing I always stress with my kids is, don't tell me what I want to hear, tell me what I need to hear. And building that transparency with kids so they talk to you, tell you what their challenges and problems are. And that's probably one of the biggest things that we miss. Next, get active and share good habits with family and friends. So as I just said, taking a walk with the kids, going to a park with them. What are some of the good habits? Maybe the nightly walk after dinner. Oh, right, let's go out. I see in my neighborhood sometimes there'll be a mom and dad with 2 children walking around. I say mom and dad. I see 2 adults walking by with 2 children walking with them. I assume that's a family habit where they go out after dinner, sometimes maybe before dinner, and they go take a walk. What are some of the things that you can do? Bike riding. I see often on the street, I'm on the dead end, and I see people, again, adults with children riding bicycles. So taking bike rides, swimming, going out to the swimming pool as the summer comes about us, and going out and enjoying some time. I see, again, moms and dads with kids jumping into the swimming pool here in the community that we have. So getting active with the kids and their hobbies and the things that are fun. Good thing to do, and then you can add friends to that. And those are things that you can include friends with, and they can enjoy it with you. So you have a social network that you just build on a natural level, which then oftentimes you jump into the pool and you sit out on the side of the pool, and it's a good time for chat. Number 3, join a group focused on a hobby, such as your reading, your hiking, or painting. Joining groups of people with things that you enjoy to do helps you to do 2 things. It helps you to share your knowledge with others, but also helps you to learn from others things that they may be doing that may be enjoyable to you, that may help you refine a skill or a hobby or a habit that you have, and you might learn and get a different insight. You may just get a different education from it that may be beneficial to you. So having a group or having a few people in your same hobby, and I know there are reading clubs and people read, and it's always amazing to me reading a book. If I give the same book I'm reading to 3 other people and ask them what they took from the book, it's always amazing that 4 people in a team will each get something different from the book that they read that you think has got, well, 1, 2 messages in it, and you find out it's got 10 or 12. So getting a group together on something you like to do, and hiking, you know, there are lots of parks and family parks, and you just go out and take a walk and appreciate nature, and then come back and talk about the sounds and the sights and the things that each of you enjoyed from that. Next one, take a class to learn something new. My goodness. Going into a classroom and having a group of people all learning something new. And then again, sharing the insights from that and listening to a teacher or a professor, or facilitating a dialogue that helps all of the people that are in that group to learn something new. You know, we know that from a brain point of view, learning new things helps us to extend our dendritic spines and helps build a muscle-like, and with that muscles, the connections in our brain, and it helps us, as we've seen more and more, helps to create stronger fibers in your brain, neural connections that help us to minimize some of the impacts that we think that might be caused by cognitive impairment. So learning something new is certainly something of benefit to you as you, again, build different ways of being out into the social environments. Next, volunteer for things you care about in your community. Maybe you can go work something into the school, something maybe in the school library. Maybe it's something you can do in church. Maybe it's a community senior group. Maybe it's a community parents group. I mean, there are so many different group activities today that you can be a part of and maybe be a leader of, maybe be a piece of. And again, this is now a little bit of a conflict, because if you're so busy working and you can barely have time for the kids, how am I going to join and do anything more? But I've got some neighbors that are just as busy as can be, but they have time for the kids to go swimming, for swimming lessons. They have time for the kids to go play softball or baseball, being one of their children going for softball and one going for hardball. But they find time. They make time for their kids, and it's amazing to see what the difference is. The kids look forward and to it. I see people walking dogs together and having walking dogs. If you get a friendly dog, it's amazing how many social connections you can make by dog walking, and how many different people you can say. So again, we live on a dead-end street here, and I see people walking dogs, and people stop to pet the dog, especially if they're obviously friendly. They have a muzzle on their nose, probably not a good dog to pet. But in any case, dog walking is a great thing. And you don't have to be the dog walker. You can watch somebody walk their dog and they say, is it okay for me to pet this dog? And it's just, dogs are just such lovable creatures. There's some dogs in the neighborhood, they see you coming and they know you stop to pet them, and they just kind of run to you. And so what a difference it makes to know you can make a difference in a dog's life in terms of things. And then travel to different places and you just sit and meet new people. So there are times I'll go to here in the parks area. I can go to Epcot, or I can go to Disney parks. I can go to Universal parks, and I'll just sit on a bench at times and just watch people go by. And just being out in the environment of people. In Universal this week, they have the new Epic Park that's opening up, and you can go in, and they have a model diorama that you can look at and talk to people about what they're looking at, and compare your notes about what do they know about the Mario, and what do they know about Donkey Kong, and the different parts of the new park that they're building here. It's a great conversation piece, and getting people to share what their funds and their hobbies are. So There are a number of things you can do to build social interaction. And I just want to review them one time with you. And so let's start with building relationships with your kids, sharing your good habits with family and friends. Join a group of your favorite hobbies, and maybe it's reading or hiking. Learn something new, so find a class or curriculum somewhere where you learn something new. And very colleges that even offer adults a chance to audit the class, no grade, you get a free observation. And then volunteer for something in your community, maybe in school, library, church, somewhere, Little League. And travel to different places and meet new people. Just hang out somewhere that you haven't done before and just sit on a bench or sit on a chair and just watch people go by. So those are my social interaction tips today, and all of this adds up to your emotional wellness, which is crucial for our long-term life expectancy and clearly for our cognitive functions. Have a good rest of your week. We're at the midpoint, and we'll see you again on Friday.